Ashton United TV, joined by manager Steve Cunningham after the 3-2 defeat at home to Gainsborough Trinity. Steve, it's a gut-wrenching defeat in the end after starting so well in the first half, taking the lead twice. How do you sort of give your opinion and how the game ran out for the full 90?
Well, first half I thought it was the best we've played. We did everything right. They stuck to the game plan. Outstanding first half. I thought, honestly, I really thought we were really good value for money against a top team. By the way, we've been in the top 2 or 3 all season. It's only the last few weeks where they just dropped off a little bit. They're a top team, and I thought we were outstanding first 45 minutes, and I genuinely felt really comfortable. I thought if we'd have matched our second half performance by the first, we'd probably go and win the game 2-3-0. Great first work goal. I thought Cole Lonsdale were fantastic in the first half. Thought Gilly's movement and deserved his goal. Fantastic finish, that's what he's about. And then we talked about our time. Our last 7 goals we've conceded 4 penalties and a direct free kick. We're hard to score against. You've seen that today. I said don't concede daft free kicks in around the box. Don't give away a penalty. It's the only way they'll get into the second half. And 5 minutes into the second half, our captain goes and does that, and it's killed us. It's absolutely, I've told him in there, I'm not one for dogging people out, but you know what, I'm sick of people thinking they can ignore instructions. So that's killed us in the half, 5 minutes in, and then we just kept dropping and dropping and dropping. We've got no leadership, we've got no character to then get us up the pitch under a bit of pressure. I expect my goalkeeper to just calm us down. Everything's all rushed, and all of a sudden we self-explode. Now, it wasn't an embarrassing performance, because actually they still worked hard and they tried and stuff like that. It wasn't a Wivenshaw performance, but I've got too many players in there that I'm carrying at the moment, and it's the first time I've ever said it in an interview that I'm really annoyed with my footballers, and we've just had an agreement in there. I've asked them all to bring a spare pair of clothes next week, because if they don't match the first half performance next week, they can get changed and leave the tracksuits here, because I'm getting sick to the point of now saying the same thing, where we're doing it for 45 minutes or we're doing it in spells. They're changing their own game plan and going off the plan, and I don't mind calling them out on this, because I've been backing them all far too long, and there's going to be a change, because as a manager you get judged on your results, and I'm doing all the hard work in the background with my management team. They've been fantastic, my management team, and some people say, oh, he's just passing the buck. No, my management team have worked really hard to try and create an identity, and it worked first half. I thought we looked outstanding, but second half, for whatever reason, they've changed it themselves, and we're not going to accept that. So there's been a few choice words in there. They've let themselves down, they've let us down. The performance levels were there for the majority of the game, but 5 minutes to go against a team chasing playoffs. We're at home, we go and lose the game 3-2. It's diabolical, it can't happen.
And as you said, I mean, 5 minutes into the second half we gave away that penalty, sort of setting the tone maybe for them to get their noses back into the game, but 5 minutes later we go and score again, showing that a bit of character, and maybe a bit of a fortunate break how it came into the box for Whittam to sort of drive in and get on the end of it. But are they the sort of main positives to take from today in terms of we played football in the first half and that character?
Well, yeah, I mean, the first half was very, very good. We played some really good stuff, and we played some good little stuff in the second half, but only in little patches. I mean, the goal, I don't think we're fortunate. I think, you know, we've worked it where we've won the first header, and Dale's shown the intensity and the drive and the passion I'm asking for to go through 3 players, win the ball and get a shot off, and he's done that, and it's come off fantastic. But then we go and explode again. We've conceded a penalty and directly from a corner near the front post. Who's throwing the bodies on the line? You know, I've got Sam Baird, who's 22 years of age. He's how old he is, 22, 23. He's got the bentest nose I've ever seen for a young kid, because people like him put their head in where it hurts, and you can tell he's not played today, because all of a sudden we've got balls coming into the box and everyone's looking round at each other. You can't do that. This is non-league football. When you're under the cosh and you've been having a couple of bad results that's gone against you and you're winning 2-1, show more desire than that. You've got to show desire, and when the ball comes into the box, you've got to basically put your bodies on the line to defend it. We didn't. It was weak, and it's honestly, you can probably tell I'm trying to hold a lot in here. It's really frustrating, because I feel that the performers deserved more than what we got out of the game. It wasn't an embarrassing performance, but it's a gutless one in moments, and those gutless things are the difference between the teams that are up near the top or the teams that are in a relegation battle. I'll be honest with you, I don't want to be in a relegation battle with them, because I'm not seeing enough characters or balls on the table. We need to start showing more, and that's going to happen. So we've had a good deep dive in there, and there's going to be some serious changes.
Looking ahead to next weekend, difficult away trip again to Derbyshire to take on Matlock Town. We've got Tuesday, Thursday to sort of get in the train and work on a few things. And what would you say are the main sort of alterations you want to look at doing in preparation for that game?
Well, the alterations are, I'm going to be making 20 odd phone calls this week to try and tee people up, so that if the players don't turn up Tuesday, Thursday and be on point and put in a performance, those 20 players, if they all agree, I'll be swapping 20 out. That's this week, that's what it looks like. And people say, oh, it's all for show. No, we've had a strict conversation there. If people don't want to do what we're saying or we're paying them to do, then don't be here. It's as clear as day. I've got a lot of work to do this week. Those players in there have given me a lot of questions that I've got no answers for, because 2-3 weeks ago I fought against Marsk and against Morpeth. We were outstanding. Got a good group, and on paper these are a good set of players, by the way, fantastic. But reputations only last for so long in football, and I'm not a manager to suffer fools. And at the moment, not that they're letting us down, because they're turning up every week and they're putting a shift in, but we're a club that want to change the mentality and we want to go and win things. I'm not winning with this group at the moment, and I've told them clear, and I'll tell everybody out there what's been said. I'm not bothered about that. The players need to take on board the seriousness of the message I'm giving. Now, they might watch this, they might not. They don't need to, because they've had it ringing in their ears for the last 20 minutes. That's why they're still in the dressing room now, and everybody's left the ground. There's going to be a real change at the football club, either through the players' desire to really want to be here, or they can go. Simple as that.